ordinary women with extraordinary accomplishments. These are the people who make lemonade when life throws them a lemon.
Take, for example, Cassandra Chiu, whose lack of sight gave her the vision to help those who are also visually impaired. Or Theresa, who devoted herself to family and helping those in need, even as she battled breast cancer.
And then there is Bridget Tan, whose strong sense of justice saw her embark on a life of humanitarian efforts. They have been nominated for the Singapore Women Award 2012 that is organised by MediaCorp.
This award honours women for their bravery in meeting life's challenges and tireless contribution to society. And we had the chance to meet two of the honorees, Theresa and Cassandra, as well as Cassandra's nominator, Lee Sutton.
And we began by asking Cassandra what motivated her to keep going.
Well, I don't look at it as challenges. To me, it's just another way, a different way of resolving some difficulty that I might be facing. So I look at it that way.
Have you always, seen challenges as something positive, or was it because of a certain episode or instance that made you feel or have this attitude?
No, when I was younger, when I was in school with the kids in school teasing and taunting my difference in lack of sight, I was, I guess, a little bit down at that time, and I haven't really learned to accept my identity and who I am and what my disability means. But with time and my mother nagging all the time that to focus on my abilities instead of my one singular disability, I found that was a lot easier for me to cope, and I sort of developed down that road.
So I guess a bit of looking at the glass as half full and sort of half empty in that sense. Lee, you nominated Cassandra for this award. What made you do that? Why did you decide that she was someone you wanted to nominate?
Well, I've been volunteering with the Guide Dogs Association in Singapore, and I met Cassandra when she got asthma, and just I think her tenacity, her courage, and just the positive outlook that she has. She's a great ambassador for the blind people and for guide dogs, because we have so few in Singapore, but she's just quite a remarkable woman. I think personally and professionally, she's just quite remarkable.
Is there a story you can share with us that particularly impressed you about Cassandra?
Well, there's many. I mean, I didn't realize until recently that she had excelled in sport, and she's done busking. I mean, she's done many things that even as a sighted person we may not have the courage to do. And she's a mother, and she's studied when she couldn't read books. She studied and got a degree, and she has her own business. And it's quite remarkable that she continues in every aspect of her life, personally and professionally, to help others. So she's still volunteering at Dialogue in the Dark, so she's helping blind people and helping those of us that are sighted to understand what it is like to be blind. So I just think she's amazing.
Right. Well, Theresa, we also want to congratulate you. You know, your nominator has described you as someone as a source of inspiration. In fact, in an email interview, she said a few things. Let's just call up the page to look at what Sarah had to say. Theresa believes that while things in life may be tough and not go the way she wants, being a wife, mother, friend, and blessing to others are most important. And I guess that's your motto in life, isn't it?
I think we only have one life, so we really have to make the best of what we have, and every day that we have, we should really use it to the fullest.
And how are you using it to the fullest?
These days, not working as much.
Focusing on family.
Spending more time with my children. I think that's really been the greatest blessing that's come out of this, like having time to walk with them, to sign them up for runs, and watch them struggle, and just being with them, like going to the playground, reading, and sometimes just being in the same room. And then my daughter would text me, text her back, I'm in the same room. But, it's the way that they communicate nowadays, and I'm glad I'm there to experience all of this.
I mean, you are a survivor of breast cancer. Did that change the perspective of life for you? Did you then decide, okay, my priorities are going to change?
I think, I think like almost every other Singaporean woman, I just kind of hurtled through life, like do this, everything is on a schedule. And I think I'm having a sudden kind of like a jam break, as they call it. You kind of stop and you think, okay, if I only had one more day, how am I going to spend it? And then I think every day then becomes that last day, like how are you going to spend it? Are you going to at the end of the day think, oh, I should spend more time with my son, or I should have driven him. And, you know, those are things that you just want to have done, you know, with your day.
I guess, you know, when, you know, life gets busy, a lot of us tend to inevitably focus on the negative things rather than the positive things. When you can, like Cassandra, you said, you know, challenge can be a positive one, and you can look at it on the bright side of things because it improves you and it betters yourself. But I guess one question I want to ask is, after so many hurdles in life, I mean, one of the extraordinary stories is that you actually face a lot of rejection, whether it was applying for school, applying for a job, and an average person, when you go through something like that, you just give up. You're frustrated, you just think there's no hope for you, and you give up. But you held on to something. What was it, something that, you know, you felt that, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, to me, I think it's more my self-belief that I can do it, and I'm able to do it. So I don't see a reason why I shouldn't stand up and try again, in that sense. So it's just trying till someone is willing to give me the opportunity to show myself and the people around me that I can do it.
But focusing on positivity, I mean, does it come naturally to you? Do you actually have to make an effort to think that way?
I think nowadays it does come naturally. It's just thinking along these lines for so many years, it's become second nature.
I guess finding the confidence is the hard part, because when you're rejected a few times, I mean, it's natural for all of us to then say, once bitten, twice shy, you know.
Well, I mean, I can't totally say that there aren't times when I feel, oh, I don't want to do this again, but I do. I mean, always, I eventually just pick myself up and get going, because what else is there to do?
Yeah. And Theresa, I mean, would you say that you want to be there for your children the same way too, to sort of be there to help them understand that, you know, life's not an easy path. There will be ups and downs. There'll be good days, bad days, but it's how you come back and fight it in that sense.
I think building resilience in children is definitely now a priority. I heard Cassandra's story yesterday. I was really moved. I think more by what her mom did for her, which was to keep nagging, you know, and then I think mom should not
Don't
quit
nag too much.
Don't quit nagging, just keep at it, you know, and then you see the product, you know, it's amazing. I think, that's what one of the precious lessons I've learned. Yeah.
But whether it's Cassandra's story or your story, I think one common element is that we all have role models that we look up to, and we can become one as well. And Lee, I know she's seen as a role model for many, and for yourself as well. In that sense, how has she inspired you to do something different, or to change your attitude towards life, or see things different?
Well, like Theresa, I've simplified my life in the last few years, and one of the things that Cassandra has taught me is to live in a place of gratitude. And so the things that that my sight, and what a gift that we all have, and that makes you so much more compassionate towards people that aren't sighted, and just to be grateful for their little things in life.
Lee Sutton there, who nominated Cassandra Chiu, one of the other two guests for the Singapore Women Award 2012.
With them was Theresa Tan, who's also a nominee. And results will be announced on the evening of 22nd March. In fact, that is tonight. So you can log on later today to www.cinmsn.com/SW8 to find out who the winners are.